We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Got a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. He's got it to Williams. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up.
Rodgers to throw once more. Dancing to his left. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers. his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here we go, 90, roll. They're running it. Shoot, watch the high. Switch. Shoot. Save. Charlie. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
This is Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Watch the twist. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Shift.
On 1st and 10, Love. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
To throw on 3rd down, Love. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Check 26. Rotate spill. Alpha. Ready to go.
On 4th down, Love. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Mike 42. Tighten up. Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love got his man there, complete to Gallup. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Love. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On play action, Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you run to the good, go ahead and try and press your advantage.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw. Love. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's into the clear. The 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
42 to Mike, 42, 42.
Throwing on third and long. Love. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th.
Delta. Come on, D.
On 4th down, Love. And that is going to be incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Watch the screen.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Love. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, here we go.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. This quarterback now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. Here's Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Off the play fake. Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
He's checking. 64, weak.
They'll run with Elliott. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
We got 4. Mike 42.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love going up top. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Alpha. 42 the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On fourth down, Love. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Right there.
On second and a yard. Rodgers flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Swing. Got it. Check.
This thrown quickly out to Cooper. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Got it. 40. Mike's 40. I got it.
Looking to throw. Love. He gets this one to Johnson.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Brings up second and 13 at the 43-yard line.
Bravo! Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Love. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Watch the ship. Check.
Off play action. Love. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Mike's 42. Zoom, fellas, let's go. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, log dog. Bang, 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 bang. On your team.
On fourth down, Love. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. On second down, here's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left, and Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off Byron Jones, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Check, 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 check. Check, check. Lucky.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Let's go.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now Elliott a first down and more. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Love, complete, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go. You're out.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Check. 42's the mark. We got to get the ball. Get the ball. Ready.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Back to throw. Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Marcus Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Their own 25-yard line.
No.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing on 1st down. Love. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Zadarius Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Looking to throw. Love. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Green 18. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Exit.
Rodgers looking to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Man, I got you. He's coming. Don't see it. Ready to go.
Throwing again. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Green Bay, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.